Hello, everyone. This is there we go. Sorry. Hello, everyone. This is day 80, and this is exploring today, being comfortable with the moves, but also we are playing around with exploring the movements that go from the feet to the knees, to the hips, into the torso, and now we're to the shoulders. So we're going to bring that in. Okay, so if I look a little bit off, the Facebook changed their platform, so everything I had to do to bring this to you was different. So my brain is still trying to figure it all out, and the camera size, the visual is a little bit different for me. So just bear with me for a moment while I get comfortable with this. So I wanted to do, for flow today, part 2 of low cup seated. So that we haven't done for a long, long time. So for those of you that are on the call, I can't see who's with me today. I can see that someone is watching, and that's all that I know. So just letting me click here. But yeah, but it's not showing me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just get to my bench here, and let's get comfortable with the movements, okay? So I chose this today because we don't normally do this and puts me out of my comfort zone, but also then gives you a chance to just move in a different way. If you have trouble learning the steps, someone was explaining to me how challenged it was for them to look at me on video, try to copy, how to figure out which way to turn, and then when they turned around, it made them really disoriented. So that is true. This is not the easiest way to learn, but the videos are designed for you to be able to go back, play it through, look at it again, and just practice with it. So if you are having trouble with movement, go to the seated form. The seated form is going to give you the basic movements. You can start with the arms, the feet will be enacted, and then when you're feeling comfortable, you can move to standing. Now, seated and standing are very different, so it doesn't mean you're just going to have an easy translation from one to the other. They are two different ways of moving, which is why sometimes I get mixed up, because I do my standing form and then I sit down to do it seated, and I have my standing brain on. So sometimes it takes me a bit to bring in this whole flow. So, hey Jeanette, I see a name just popped up. It's just a little bit different on here today. Okay, so with that, what I want you to do then is focus on what helps you to learn the best, and just stay with that. So not worrying about being upset about it or impatient, because Tai Chi is all about patience. We never have the right answer. We're always looking for what's next and how to expand. Okay, so with that, I just wanted to explain that, to let yourself explore movement and bring it together and learn. And we've got so many videos that you can go through and play with. Okay, so we're doing the second half of low cup, seated. In my head, I'm going, good luck. Okay, here we go. So, comes around, and we've got across, and then across. We did this yesterday. And then we've got forward, forward, through, wipe the sleeve. It's going to go to your forehead. Comet's going to chase the moon. This is going to cross over. Expand, sink, rise. You're going to go up on your toes, sink. That's going to push out. Left hand comes up to the top. And then we would go down into a snake. So this comes around. This comes through. Goes over, and then this comes through. Raccoon chases butterfly, which is a little bit difficult when we're not doing the other parts. Okay, this is going to sink, And then this would turn, and this would go turn, turn, roll, come back to your hip, turn and cross the hands up to the brow. Left hand would go up, you would feel the spine rise, turn the other hand. Then you would pass the hands to each other, sink, and come up. Okay, sorry. Pass the hands to each other, sink. This would have gone cross, would have had a kick in it. Would go over to the side, cross, sink. Now it would come up. Sorry about that. Okay, so now you would be looking over, spiral to the left, roll the hands, and a fist. Hold the ball, roll out, hold the ball, roll out. That would be a kick. The hand would come underneath, and then you would look out and reach. Cross. This would take you down into a snake, which would take you all the way around into a brush knee. Flat. Roll the hands. Sink. Push out. Flat. Roll the hands. I think I duplicated that hand twice. Flat, roll, be the right hand this time, push out. Then you would turn, sink, and come up. Then it would be sink, expand. All the way around, hands come up. Would roll through. This is moon touches the top of the treetops. And then we block, pulling on the ox's tail. 3, 4. Then we have kick and punch. And expand. Then you would turn, kick and punch left, expand. And a part that we've done many times across the weeks. Morning dove floats across. Inside, the belly's moving inside, moves the shoulders, hands. And then this would come around. Here's number 3. Then you would cross. Slide down into the snake. She would rise to Mount Kunlun. Come around. 1, 2. Cross the hands. Open. And let that go. Okay, that was awesome. I hope you felt the same. Okay, so everything I wanted to discuss and work on today is exactly right there. And because we sat down and didn't worry about directions we'd have to face, turning around, feet and everything, we could just concentrate within the core, within the organs, within the fascia, moving back and forth in those actions. I think you could probably feel it. So let's just try that whole thing again, because it's beautiful. Okay, so here we go. So you would have come around and you would have a cross and a cross. Then you would have back of the hand right, back of the hand left, fist, wipe to the brow, Comet's going to chase the moon. The hand comes across. Open. It's going to give you a little bit of lift. This is going to go up. This is going to push out. Left hand to the top. This is going to take you down into a snake, up and over, sink, open, and then it's forward, back, back, back. Hands go up, sink. So it would be spiral to the right, to the left, to the right, roll the hands, bring it back to your hip. That would come all the way around and go to the brow. Left hand would go up, right hand would go up, push out. The hands would cross each other with palms together. Then it would come in. There would be a kick, over, take that across, sink, come up, lift that up. This would open out to the left, roll out. Hold the ball, roll across. Hold the ball, roll across. That would be a kick. Hand would come through and move back. And then the right hand would go out. Comes back, crossing the hand. This would be sliding down into a snake. This would come all the way around, which would produce a brush knee. Coming back would be flat, roll, turn, pull back. And this would have gone out here, flat, roll. So I have to think about my feet so it'll remind me which way my hands go. This would wipe past, sink, and come up. This would be spreading the wings on the phoenix. Comes around, comes through, then it would be push, pull, pull. This would be kick and punch, and reach out. Then it would be kick and punch, reach out. Left hand across, morning dove floats. And then the belly is going to move on the inside. So the shoulders follow because of the belly. This is going to come around. We have 3 of these. This is going to cross. Slide into the snake. She rises up to Mount Kunlun, comes across and across, hands across, open, and let that go. Okay, so now let's see what we're going to learn with this. So let's go to the first part of that, and I'm just going to talk through. So over the last few days, we were doing feet, ankles, knees, hips, and getting that to have open flow, space between the joints, so the vibration between the joints could be there. And then that creates a different conversation of what's going on through the core. Each vertebra we want to be lifting and separating, so there's space in between each one. And then we have a sink, but then we have a lift again, so you're going to notice that. And then we have these little tiny rotations. And we don't have to turn all the way around. All we have to do is start the rotation, and that's all we need. And you'll just feel inside, you can feel the cross pull that happens with the tiniest bit of movement. With your feet, as we're doing the action, if you're turning to the right, you'd have an awareness in your left foot to create that right from the foot, going to come out the tops of your hand on the opposite side. And then again, awareness in to the right side, which will be coming out the left, okay? All of that is important for how the organs are going to separate, create a greater flow of energy, increase the frequency within the organs, open up the fascia so that information is traveling, plus fluid is flowing through all of that, cleaning and flushing everything out. So then you're going to have release of toxins to be able to open that all up. Okay, so you've got that going on in the center. And then I was talking about today, now moving up from all of this digestive stuff to the shoulders. And now we have the relationship of the shoulder, whether it's in or out, whether it's got a cross movement to the opposite hip, what that's going to be like, and where it moves to. And in the end, I'm hoping that puts your posture nice and solid, straight, lifted, and no effort. That's where we're going. Okay, so starting at the beginning of part 2 of low cut. So we're coming around and we're going to put the weight into the right foot and it spirals you towards the left. And the hand, just let the hand travel out just the tiniest bit, you'll feel the shoulder blades. Then we're going to change hands. This looks like a foundation exercise, doesn't it? Comes out. Okay, and the same thing, as your hand comes out, you're going to feel those shoulder blades. So now, awareness into your right foot lines you up, and as your hand, the back of your right hand comes out, there's an expansion through your spine. There's a lift, and then an expansion through your spine again. Then the hand comes over while the other one goes out in the fist. Wipe the sleeve. So that's got a bit of weight into that right foot. Lines everything up. Into the left. Sends you over. Weight into the right. Sends you back. Feel the palms as they cross, and you just feel your whole spine lift. You're going taller. Sink. So you feel that from the sit bone to the tailbone, kind of in between. And this rolls and comes up and lifts you straight up. So now you have space between the ribs, the pelvis, and it's just everything is open and exposed. Okay, that's what we did in standing movement the last few days, but you can really feel it seated. Okay, so let's try it again. Awareness in the right takes you across. Awareness in the left takes you across. Awareness in the right, expand. Awareness in the left, expand. Awareness in the right goes out. Awareness in both pulls you back. Awareness into both expands you through the center of your back. Awareness in your left crosses over. Here you have a lift, an expansion. Sink. So you feel the pelvis move. And this is going to come up. Okay? So just to there, we have so much. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the center of the back. So you have the shoulder blades coming in. And if you go just down a little bit to that, it's not going to be the small of the back. It's going to be midway between. Right in that place, we're just going to have an expansion and then we're going to have a contraction, just starting to move those. And sometimes those are like, they move sideways, but they don't always move forward back. So just giving a little bit in there. Okay? All right, so let's try it again. So you're going to go across, other side, so awareness in the left, awareness into the right, back of the hand comes forward. Awareness in the left, awareness into the right, one. Awareness into the right just lines you up, and right here you can feel that back expanding through the middle. Then this goes. Sink. You feel ribs moving with that one. Crosses over. That's lifted you up nice and high. Open and expand the body. Sink. Roll it. And lift. Okay. So let's do that again standing. And that's what we've done the last 3 or 4 days. Now that you've felt that, I'm hoping you can really get a sense for it through the body. It's amazing, but it's exactly what we want to be working on. Okay, so I'm just gonna, hope I got my feet in there. Okay, so let's do, you would have turned. Okay, I'll be coming from this side, which means I'll just have to adjust this, free my feet a little bit. Okay, so if I make this the front, okay, what I'm doing is I'm coming from my right side. I'm going to turn to look to my left, okay? And I'm going to come and I'm going to step with my left foot, and this is going to allow the toyu action to spiral around. Step, and this is going to be the toyu action to come around again. Step pakwa. Comes through with the back of the hand. Step pakwa. Comes through with the back of the hand. Step straight. Fist is going to go out. Sink back and see how the back just opens right up. This is going to go to the brow. Sink back. Right hand is going to cross the left. You're pushing out of the right foot. Step straight forward to your front. Step the left to your front. Open the hands. Sink. Feel the back open. Turn the hands over. Push through the feet. And let that come up. Okay. So that's exactly what we did seated. So I'm going to repeat it. But I'm going to talk about the positioning of the feet. And if you're doing it seated, you're getting it right where you are because of the actions that you're going to put your pelvis in. But standing, we're going to go right foot turned out. There's going to be a pakwa with the left. When you go to do that, let's see which way is the best way for you to see this. You're going to push out of the right hip. You're going to push into the left hip. And it's going to open in a completely different way than you used to. Now, I don't want you to think I'm leaning over. I'm trying to find for you that position in the lower back. And for me, as I push from the one, there's like the socket. I can feel the leg in the socket, and then it keeps turning, keeps turning, keeps turning. And now I have this opening in the left foot because my pressure is on there, and I can feel it. And when I go to step pakwa now with my right foot, push out of the left, that spiral comes up my leg and moves into my right side. And so the action that's coming from that is to open in the hip socket. The legs are doing this. And in your lower back, there's the L5. So L5 is like, this is your tailbone. There's a little triangle here. And that's your L5. That is tiny micro movements happening in the back there. And it doesn't seem like you're doing much. It's just how you position your feet. Okay, so let's, what I'll do is I'll just travel this direction and hopefully that helps you. So this would be, I would have turned around to face my left, but I'm going to face this way so you can see my feet hopefully better. So I'm going to, I've got my right foot at 45. I'm going to step with my left foot, not quite 45, a little bit narrower. And what I'm going to do is let my elbow pull me across, and you'll feel that come right through your hip and those L5s. Then I'm going to step with my right foot, and then my left elbow is going to pull across so I can feel that come through my back there. Step patois with the right foot. Now I'm going to push out of that right foot, and this hand as it extends, remember that the right hand is connected to the left foot. Now your weight's down in that. Step patois, and now as you transfer your weight, it connects there. Okay? Step straight forward with your left foot, and then the fist is going to come through. It's going to open to come back. And then this is going to go to the brow and push through. And you can feel back and forth, you can feel the hips really working and that L5 really working here. Okay, that is giving us the opening that we've been waiting for. If you're not feeling too much of it, or you're noticing in other parts of the body, you may be tight in other areas. Don't push too hard because there's a lot of micro movements going on. If you notice your knees are feeling anything, then just back up a little bit, don't push it, because so much is happening just by you working the positions. Okay, so let's try it again. So I'm just going to back up. So I got 45 with that right foot. I would have come around, step, and again, this is the same position from foundations. So all we're doing is adding legs and hips. Step, this is going to come through. Step patois with the left foot, push off the back, push forward. Step patois, push, let that go. Step straight with the left, and now your fist is going to go out. As you come back, palm is going to open, hand goes to the brow. Okay, and I'm going to add the last little piece here now that we've got that done. Push from the left foot back into the right, and the hands glide across, one hand facing the other hand. Then you're going to push out of that right foot, hand goes across, and you step to the front. Left foot steps to the front. This opens, sinks, and then turn your hands, and you'll feel your lower back, that L5, release and expand. Okay. All right. So hopefully that helps you with seeing where you want to take it. I'm going to put it back into this action now. So I'm coming around, stepping with my left foot. Step with the right foot. Step patois with the left. Push from the back foot. Let it open. Step patois. Let it come through. Step straight. Comes out. Wipe the sleeve. Sink. Goes to the brow. Sink. Crosses over. Step, step to your front. Expand. Posture is just straight and open. Sink. Turn it up. And reach it out. The last little piece, your palms are going to come up, and you push into the feet to come up. Goes right up the top of the head. And as you come forward, you're pushing the heel of your hand forward and allowing your elbows to come together. And you'll notice in your shoulder blades, they're going to open up. You can just feel everything kind of go like this. And as the shoulder blades do that, guess what's happening? The hip opens and expands, and you have a shift there as well. So you have two places that the shift can happen. Okay, so let's try it again. And I'm just repeating these moves because they are so powerful for what you're going to notice. So this comes through, step, this comes through, step patois, push through, step patois, push through, step, put the fist out, wipe the sleeve, sinks back, goes to the brow, sinks back, opening that back, crossing the hand, step, step, opens, there's a lift, a sink, roll it up, let the shoulder blades open, out. Okay, we got to here. So now what we did last day, we went, push. And if you notice, my weight stayed all in my left foot. So I'm on both feet. I shift the weight. So as my hand goes out, I drop into my feet. Then I just gently shift over to my left foot, and nothing moves except where I want to place everything. Now you push off of the left into the right. Turn the toe so it's facing right to your side. I'm going to do a high snake because I didn't leave enough room here. This is going to go across. So one palm is out, one palm is turning up. One palm is at the floor, the other palm is up over your head and looking up to the top. It's going to turn and you step patois into your right front corner. Step your heel out. Turn the foot to go all the way to face your left. The hand expands like you're in the rodeo. And then you go patois, patois, step, straight, patois, step, straight. That's the part where the raccoon is chasing, jumping for the butterfly. So we did that little piece yesterday. Okay, so let's just add on that little piece for you. Let you just work it through. Okay, so you have palm was coming up. Okay, palm was coming up. As it comes up, heel of the hand is going out, tailbone is going to drop. Open your spine. Weight is down on both feet, and then it subtly just shifts to the left. Reach out. Sink back into the right. Turn the left toe around. You'll feel the socket of the left hip expand. Down into the snake. Now it's a one-legged domino. Again, I didn't leave enough room. It's coming around. The hands change. So the palms are up. Okay, and then I'm going to step into the corner, to the right corner with my left foot. Patois. I'm going to turn my palm over and spiral around to expand. This goes forward, backward, forward, forward, backward, forward, forward. Okay, so I'm going to turn it again so you can see me now this way. I'm just going to turn it. So I've come around, that hand is behind, left leg is coming up. I'm going to go forward with the right hand. That's a toyu into that left foot. Backward. I'm going to push the weight back. Step, step, backward. Patois, forward, step. Okay, I'm not sure if I did all of that correct. There was so much going on. This pattern, and in class we've done this pattern many times and we break it all apart. There's so many pieces. Okay, if I was just thinking in terms of my hips and the positioning of the feet. That's what I'm going to focus on. So if my arms go a little bit different, that's what we're focusing on, hips. So this is coming around. We've opened this up. So the right shoulder has opened, the left shoulders come forward, and as we do that, we open up in the right hip, sink, and then we have a closing in the left hip. So you have sink. So we go Pakwa, which is a Toyu step forward, Pakwa, step forward with the right, Pakwa, Pakwa, forward. Okay. Try that again. There's a lot in there. Okay, here we are. So we go Pakwa with the left, Pakwa right, Pakwa left. And just see how you kind of rock through the hips. Forward, Pakwa, Pakwa, forward. And the hand comes through. Now my hands are following they're following my elbows, which are following my shoulders, which are following my ribs, which are following my hips, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm going to just talk arms this time. Okay, so you're out here, and you have push forward with your feet, and look where your arm goes. Step back on your right, and the arms just come back because the shoulder comes back. Step forward. Pakwa. Step. Step. So the arms just so subtly as the hip is changing position, the arms are changing, but not because you went forward, backward, backward. Backward, backward, forward. We're not doing that. That would be structure. That we left back in Tai Chi. In low cup, this whole connection here is moving everything as a unit. Sink. As soon as I get it right, my stomach starts gurgling. That's how I know I've done it right. And it takes me doing exactly what we're doing to break it all down, let the belly go, let all of the organs move around, and then gurgling starts. As the air starts to move around, everything starts to change. Okay, so if you end up with that, you can take that as a good sign. Okay, so let me just do arms again facing you. Well, facing you at a bit of an angle. I'm not sure what's the best way for you to see. So the right hand pulls back. Okay, so we have an opening there. And then we have a closing. Then we have a backwards with the right, backwards with the left, backwards with the right, backwards with the left, backwards with the right. Okay, and I'm hoping you were catching that it's what's happening in the core. It's not my hands. My hands actually have hardly moved, but I can tell you that when my elbow releases, my knee is releasing at the same time. And there is an opening in those joints that actually is sharing information. It's a really important connection there. Okay, that is a review of what we did actually the last couple of days, but now we're talking in terms of the shoulders. So we've shifted our attention, and we've also shifted the information that we wanted to be aware of. That changes the movement. Every time we do this, we have the opportunity to look at a different layer. Okay, so let's go from the beginning again. I'm going to make this my front. I'm going to turn from my right side, turning to my left now, and I'm going to come across with my left foot. So the start of part 2. Feel it through the hip. Step, this is going to come through. Feel it right through. Step pakwa. So now you're going to feel through the hip socket, step, feel it through the hip socket, step straight. This is going to be a fist. Wipe the sleeve, goes to the brow, and it's all coming how the core is moving. Sink back into that right hip, crosses over, so it's pushing off the right foot, into the left, open the hands, sink, turn the hands, rise up, lots of space, sink, and then expand. Sink over to your right, turns the whole left hip. Up into the left, slides you down into the snake, all the way over. The palms are turning, they're two directions. Step pakwa into the corner. Put your heel out, turn, expand, sink. Pakwa, pakwa, pakwa. Straight, pakwa, pakwa, straight. Okay. We broke it all down. Let's just make it flow. See if you can put it all back together. Okay? So we have across and across. Back of the hand. Back of the hand. Fist. One. Brow. Sink. Crossing it over. Step, step. Open it up. Sink. Drop and lift. Sink. Turn. Sink. Down. Step into the corner. Expand. Forward. 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 As a different rhythm, you're not focused so much on all the little intricacies, but the movement and the flow, all of those pieces are inside. So you break it down, work through the little patterns, see what you feel, and then take it back to the pattern, put it in. Try to find the flow of it, and all the pieces will be there. Okay, so we have that little piece. I'm going to leave the next part to explore the next time, but I just wanted you to be able to feel this whole expansion. So let's take move hands like clouds as a finish. And again, this is just to bring awareness. We talked about the digestive tract last few days, up, lengthening, and then that spine rotation and that spiraling action of the tissue. And move hands like clouds is beautiful. White stork with wings was another one that gave a beautiful expansion. So let's just come into move hands. So it's a sink on your right leg and a walk across with your left. Step your right foot in. Sink across. So you're going to put out your left foot. Right foot. And we've got all these little interactions here, moving around your structure so that you're going to start to be able to expand. Okay, let's just do one more here. Goes across. Okay, reach out. Step in, spiral that left foot, sink, place the foot, and let that come around, square. And hopefully that means your body's on an angle. I'm hoping I'm hitting that angle. Can't quite see. So my head, ear, shoulder, hip, and heel at the back should just be forming one solid line all the way down. If it looks like I'm leaning over, that's not correct. It should be a nice long line. It might just look that way, or I might actually be doing it. Okay, so just to make sure you have that. Okay, finishing with something nice and simple. Let's just do commencement. I've been teaching commencement for several days to different groups, using it as a centering grounding exercise. Take a deep breath in, release the back, let the hips go, sink. So the air is coming in, and then flow, and just let it go right down your feet. It's coming in, and then sink. In, sink. And again, we take the movements back to something that's very comfortable and easy, because then the body is going to finish relaxed, not tense. So if there was something I was doing that was causing you some stress, take it back to something you know, something that makes you very comfortable. And you want to finish on that. I know we've talked about making sure you take a few minutes to just stay in this calm state. The longer you do, the more the innate healing potential is there to be able to continue to do the work that you started. If you dive into something stressful, that's the end. So you want to just let it all relax. So even if you go to do something, do it from a relaxed state. Keep breathing deeply. Let that flow come through. So you're holding on to it, not letting it scatter out. Okay. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday with what's left. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.